Timothy Armoo is with us. He's CEO of social media and influencer agency Fanbytes, which has worked with so many companies. I think of Nike, I think of Deliveroo, I think of you're helping these companies sort of win the hearts and minds of Gen Z. Are they doing that through Instagram? What do you think Facebook can do at the moment?
Yeah, so thanks for having me. As it currently stands, they are doing it through Instagram and Snapchat on TikTok. I've been running this business for the last 5 years, and I have never heard someone say, how do we target Gen Z through Facebook? So it looks as if, platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, primarily for their AR and their messaging, are really winning the field when it comes to reaching Gen Z.
That's interesting, too. So is Instagram the primary way that Facebook can reach consumers, people willing to buy things and advertising spend? Is the Blue app kind of a lost cause when it comes to the newer generations?
I love how you describe it as the Blue app. Very cool. Yeah. So I think that is the case, right? And really it's down to a number of things. Obviously, everyone talks about this whole thing about when your mom's on Facebook, therefore that's the time that you get off. But I actually think it's a bit more than that. Facebook has become a bit too bloated as a platform. Like, there's so many things to do. There's marketplace, there's this, there's events, there's newsfeed, there's all that stuff. Whereas on Instagram, it's far simpler. But the other thing is also, like, when you think about the Gen Z demographic, we actually do generally create content less. And like, generally we have, this may be good or bad, but we have less friends. And the problem is, on Facebook, it's very weird to try and friend someone that you don't know. And so whereas on Instagram, you can just follow people, you can just create content on there without knowing the person directly. And so that pressure doesn't come on Instagram, which therefore means that Gen Z as a whole are flocking more there than on Facebook, where there's that pressure to always need to know the person and have this abundance of friends.
You talk about sort of the platform that maybe makes Instagram more appealing than Facebook. What about the content, where in many cases, Facebook can feel a little bit more divisive and you get the sort of angry comments back and forth? Instagram feels a little bit more calm, if you will, less hate, at least from my own feed. Is some of this also to do with the content that we're seeing?
Yeah. So I think it's not only just how divisive the content is or how undivisive it is. I think it's also how relatable the content can actually be on these platforms. This is actually the reason why we see TikTok doing so incredibly well in the social media wars, because it's so relatable and the algorithm has managed to be able to precisely know what you want to see. And so it's not just about it being divisive, it's also just how relatable things can be. Yeah, I can go on my Facebook now and I just look at stuff and I'm like, I have no clue what's going on. But I go on my Instagram and at least to some degree, I can see stuff that's tailored towards me.
It can be a little bit too perfect sometimes, I feel, Tim. But what's interesting is, talk to us about Instagram and how much that's going to be continuing to be a driving force for the younger demographic with Facebook, because we're hearing of single user, multiple account. The numbers looking inflated on Instagram because people have several, profiles on there.
Yes. So looking at the report, that was obviously something that I saw and I thought that's an interesting behavior there. But one of the things that we see a lot is the rise of finsters, right? So that's effectively fake instas, which are almost like a second identity for individuals. And I think that is just a behavior that is very common in Gen Z. And for me, I see Instagram continuing its positioning as the platform for Gen Z, primarily because messaging is still quite a core component of what people solely use Instagram for. I mean, think about a phrase which everyone knows here, where they talk about sliding into someone's DMs, right? That is primarily based off Instagram. And I think as long as they keep messaging as a core function of what they do, they're still going to retain people.